All right.
All right, thank you, Steven.
All right. So this is it. This is finals of the winners bracket here. Winner of this goes straight to the grand final. The loser has to play Mr. Popo for the finals of the losers bracket.
Something's going on with Witch Rain's stream right now.
Which train stream? Oh, it's fine on my side. Steven. Oh, there we go. Got it.
Stay alert.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting because Witch and Clix are like, you know, they're like evenly matched pretty much in every way.
What? What is
Yeah.
this?
I mean, if you ask Which, she'll tell you that.
See if you can find any other clues.
Yeah, I mean, they're both really consistent. They've both, you know, grinded the hell out of this game at some point in time.
Well, yeah,
yeah.
these two players are in the top 3 right now on the leaderboard, so you know that's really saying something. That means that like every little mistake is gonna matter. Like every like movement error and every like frame loss is gonna like start adding up.
Yep. As a matter of fact, I think there's 3 runners in this game who have gotten sub 30-20. These are 2 of them. The third being Nevs. Although it's not SRC legal, Clix is technically second place with a 38-16. I think Witch's PB is 30-18, mistaken. But they're very, very close.
Find anything, Jill?
Nothing. What is this all about? I can't.
Good transition there on Clix's.
Yeah.
38-17? Okay. Oh, so they're literally 1 second up. All the top 3. 38-15, 16, and 7. Wow.
I'll check the dining room again.
Okay.
For some reason, I thought there was a 2 second.
This mansion is gigantic. We could get into trouble.
I mean, it's just gonna come down to like getting King Henry and not getting bad dogs and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. The mic keeps cutting out?
Maybe I'll need it.
For me or
Listen, if something happens,
mine?
let's meet up in this hall.
Maybe my noise gate is set up too high.
Yeah, I think it's the noise gate. Or like it might be on like talk sensitivity, and you could switch it to noise gate. Alright, so Witch is only like probably less than a second ahead. It's really insignificant right now.
Alright, let me try this. Hopefully that makes it better. I had Discord on automatically determine input sensitivity. Now I just manually set it. Same, Hobo, same. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Craigie. Appreciate it. Wow, near simultaneously Norman bites. Oh my god, they're tied. 402 through that door for both of them. Oh, Witch Rain taking the bite. That's gonna create a 2-second difference.
2 bites or 3 bites?
2.
Oh, okay. I wasn't like I was looking at the other screen at that moment. Yeah, so Clix did get the King Henry, so he's gonna be ahead by maybe 2 seconds.
Let's try to find it first, shall we?
Yeah, they both went for the YOLO dodge too. So you know, it's the risky one. You can make it consistent, but you have to lose some time for that strat.
Yeah, and he's 2 seconds ahead.
Yep.
So really,
Oh,
like, yeah,
no.
it gets to the point where both these players are so good that the only thing that's gonna stop them is like things like dodging zombies and stuff like that. There's like the dogs, and then like Black Tiger might be an issue.
Yeah. The dogs might. I don't think Black Tiger will be, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We did see a little bit of a hiccup in the menu there when Clix was trying to combine the clips, so that's going to be a little bit of time back for Witch Rain. But in this race here, like, we're going to have to look for things like, did they bump a corner?
Yeah.
Like, that's what we're down to. We are going to see a
Yeah.
difference here in the plant room. They're going to go opposite sides of the plant, I'm almost 100% sure.
Yeah, I think Click said he still goes to Jill's right.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I don't know if it's any slower.
I think it's like a difference of frames. I don't think it's a full second even. And it's a lot riskier to go on the slightly faster side.
Well, the thing I don't like about the way Clix does it is that he has to like turn, like pre-turn, and to turn the opposite way. So
Right.
I don't know if that's it might be faster for that room, but I mean, logic to me would tell me that that would be slower. It might just be really insignificant, but that's what you
Yeah.
need, like, to test things out thoroughly in order to actually say what saves time and what doesn't.
Yeah, I know they've done quite a bit of testing in that room, and that's why Witch goes to Jill's left there, because that is faster. The reason it's riskier, though, as you know, is there's all those little corners getting around the planter and the herbs and stuff. Yep, 3-second difference.
Yeah. Less than 3, maybe.
Yeah, it's been that since after getting the bazooka, so neither side has really given each other very much here. Possibly frames, but yeah, exactly, Mr. Popo. Clean pickup for both of them.
Nice. It seems like your stream's a little bit faster than mine.
Is it?
I
Might
gotta
be.
refresh.
Oh yeah, my stream for Clix is a little bit fast.
Oh, Jill, this house is dangerous. There are terrible demons. Ouch!
Yeah, so
Or if you're a cheeseburger eating fatty like Chris. I mean, have you tried to move a refrigerator through a tight, twisty hallway? It's pretty hard.
Richard, hold on.
There is serum. Oh no, I should have brought some with me.
No problem. I'll go and get it.
Thanks.
yeah,
I wonder
they're
if he
still at
eats
3
cheese.
seconds right now.
Oh, still 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's great. I wonder if Chris eats cheeseburgers like in RE2 Remake, the cheeseburger that's sitting on that guy's dashboard. I don't know if you've seen it, but oh god, it just looks bad. It's probably the kind that Chris eats.
Yeah, and they're both not making any errors so far. That would yeah, I haven't seen any like errors besides maybe that item error that you mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're 2.3 seconds apart right
And
now. So
I
which is
wouldn't,
closing that gap?
and I wouldn't call getting bit by King Henry an error because it's mostly the RNG at that point. So, I mean, you have to
Yeah.
take the line correctly, but
Yeah, exactly.
you know, still some luck.
Yep. So yeah, at this point, it looks like that's the entirety of the time difference between them. Is that King Henry bite?
Here's the serum. Richard,
But yeah, it pretty much
hold
comes
on.
down to Jan right at this point of the run.
Yeah.
If one of them misses Jan, then it's pretty much over for the other racer, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, I would be honestly surprised to see one of these two take a yawn bite, but I mean, it
Oh yeah,
happens.
exactly.
It
Yeah,
happens.
it's rare for them to. It's a rare thing, but you know, you never know. They might. You never know how nervous either of these players might be, and sometimes when you're nervous, you do dumb things.
Yeah, I mean, these two have raced each other before several times, but never in a, like a
So
tournament setting.
the funny thing is that these players are like in the same room racing, so they're probably yelling at each other.
That would not surprise me. As we know, Clix has threatened to pull the power plug on Witch. Ooh, late bite for
Oh yeah,
Clix, and he dodges it. Early
yeah,
bite
that
for
was nice.
Witch.
Those are really scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you, I
Yep,
mean,
happened to the Noobs 07. He took a yawn bite. Despite that, though, he pulled it to a really close race. Like, that was an incredible time in, considering a yawn bite.
a late bite is really hard to dodge because it goes down to just like reaction. You have to kind of anticipate he's gonna do a late bite by like his movement, and then at the last second turn towards Joe's right.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of players, including myself, like haven't really understood how to dodge that.
Yeah, it's one of those things I think, like, the idea of what you're supposed to do. Oh, Click's getting the early aggro. Okay, this might tie it up here.
Oh wow.
Looks
Yeah,
pretty
that's
tied.
gonna be it. Like that's gonna be the tie right there, probably.
Oh, I'll check.
Click's still up by 2 seconds. So it seems like Witch lost some more time somewhere else.
Let's see.
Yeah, but that bite right there by that zombie on Clix's side, that should have been that should have tied things up. At least it closed the gap between
Yeah,
them
let's see. Oh,
because
yeah. A little less than 2 seconds, like a
yeah,
second and a
it's
half, it
barely.
looks like. So Witch did gain some time on that, but she lost some time somewhere else that I didn't notice.
No, it's just things that we can't really put our finger on because she probably made no mistakes. It was just like little things that added up that
Yeah.
Clicks did and that Witch didn't do or whatever.
Yeah, and I think this is something like we've heard.
Like taking a wide turn or just being a little late on the triggers makes the
Yeah.
difference for these two.
And I think, Clix has said this a few times on commentary here. There are things you can't really see with the eye. Like, you
Yeah,
can feel them as you're running the game, but they're really hard to point out by watching.
and the thing why it makes for like commentary so hard to like pin down these things is because you have to be looking at both players like back and forth. You can't just be staring at one screen the whole time.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
because of that, like we won't be able to pick out like all the minor stuff that's going on. We might like catch some things, but definitely can't catch everything.
Yeah, and as Mag just pointed out, Clix is actually about a second behind now. So it's those little things in there, bumping into corners, wider turns that did it. Saw a couple of those on Clix's side around going to the crank. Yep.
Witch goes and kills the first twin. That's the first thing she does, and I think Clix does it the opposite way, where she gets the key and then kills the zombie. Personally,
Yeah.
I like Clix's way, but I mean, I guess it's just preference at that point.
Yeah, I think Clix was suspecting the way Witch did might be like a little bit faster. Though that was a decision that actually reversed. It used to be, they used to do it the first way, and then they're like, oh, well, grabbing the key first is faster because coming out of the bathroom, you aim and that turns you toward the zombie. So it's manual movement you don't have to do, and the turn's faster. But I think they're kind of like, well, maybe the other way is faster if done optimally. And it's one of these things that's if there's a difference, it's small.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, both ways make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, both reasonings make sense, but
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I heard you guys talking about this room in the last run, where on here you could like make up time or lose time.
Mm-hmm.
It really goes down to like, since these it's like little micro movements where you have to like run, stop, pre-turn, run, run, turn, and then push.
Yep.
It
How
just goes down
close
to
to the edge of the
practice.
box can you get?
Yeah, exactly. And then you have to count.
Minimizing them.
Like this room, you kind of need to focus because you actually have to count that box, the first box. You have to count
Mm-hmm.
exactly how many times you pushed it, and if you miscount, like right there on Clix's side, had he pushed it just one frame more, like he wouldn't have been able to gone through the gap. So Clix goes for like the optimal push, where it's like as far as you could push it. That way you don't have to like go back as far back and push it once you push the other two boxes.
Yeah.
So this is a really scary room actually. This could actually that's a run killer because it's not like seen as a run killer, but it is a run killer because if you like miss push that box, you actually have to exit the room and come back and then to reset the boxes, and that's like so much time lost right there.
Yep. So to give you guys an idea of how close this is, Witch is now behind by 0.13 seconds going into that room, and that could have just changed again. That was going into the flashing red room. So like they're even and they're trading frames at this point.
I just realized on my last commentary, I neglected to look at chat completely because I was like so focused on what was going on in the run and talking about it that like I never even glanced at chat that many times. I should probably be better about that
Yeah.
this time.
It's hard with a race like this too, because you really have to like analyze every little thing. Hey Zek, how's it going? Yeah, some bad triggers. Yep. Looks like she's about half a second behind going into plant 42.
It looks dead even to me at this point. Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
So
So it
no
looks
dropped
like
quick shots here. That's nice.
Which really caught up. It must have been the in that box push room that we were talking about.
Yep. Yeah, no tank 42, Kappa.
Something that no one ever talks about is how good Barry is at speedrunning. She's able to keep up with Jill. And Jill's pretty fast, especially when Clix and Witch are playing.
Yeah. I think he used some Sefjil strats to get
He's
into the underground early.
He definitely uses some kind of glitch because he always has the right tools. He has a rope. He has, a flamethrower.
What
he,
emote is
you know,
this?
somehow gets acid rounds in the beginning of the game. You know, it's
That's
kind of
true.
sketchy, to be honest.
Where does he find all this stuff?
Wesker.
All right, everyone, you know the deal. Get your Jill beans in chat.
That's what I was going to say. Where on earth have you been? You disappeared from the hall all of a sudden.
I'm sorry, but I have my reasons. Perhaps you guys have met them? It was all I could do to protect myself
Where on
against
earth have
those
you been?
strange creatures.
Is that right?
This is one of the rare moments where we actually don't have to look at the game and we can pay attention to chat.
Get out of here.
Yes,
Which
But
bruh?
say Joe Bean. A Joe Beans is basically because she says, "Where
There
on
are a
earth
lot of
have you
rooms in
been?"
that mansion.
instead of
We can't
been.
get into them
So
because they're locked up.
you know, it's just funny.
I have been looking around for
Yeah.
clues.
Okay, I'll go to the other house and see if I can find any clues.
Will you do that? I'm counting on you.
It's like when they're recording this game's audio, or voice actors are like, "Well, you didn't say it right, but let's not redo it.
Oh,
That's good enough."
they both go for the no B strat.
I don't know.
I'm
That's kind of risky going for the
disappointed.
beat strat. Yeah, it really
Okay.
reduces your style
Oh,
points.
wow. Which is exactly 1 second behind, like on the dot.
Well,
So
it
yeah.
sounds right, but I mean, this dialect is English, so it's just kind of strange to hear bean on a English dialect, or like American dialect.
Yep. This is Midwestern USA in the game. Yep. Which versus Clix. This is a match a lot of people have been waiting for.
Yeah,
I agree, Eleval.
Clix is the second, still ahead.
Still 1 second, man.
Yeah, this is a good one. This is the top 3 runners, and the other runner would be Nevs. So it's Clix and Witch, and then Nevs are the top 3 runners, and Nevs is still in the tournament, right?
No,
Ah.
he's out.
Who did he race?
So his last race was against Eleval. He
Oh,
unfortunately took a yawn bite.
that's
But, I
rough.
mean, he really dragged it back. It was close,
Yeah,
but
I
Eleval
bet
managed to hang on to it.
he definitely made up some time. He's really solid.
Oh, didn't
Oh wow,
drop the
Witch.
shot. Missed a quick shot on
Oh, they
Clix's.
both got
Jill,
quick shots,
have you
but
found anything
it looks like
interesting
Witch
yet?
did miss something.
Yes, but I can't see
Yeah.
very well.
Clix missed one. He didn't drop, but he did miss a quick
We
shot.
have a rope here.
Oh, do you? Well, then I'll try to go down using the rope.
Wait.
Yeah, Eleval did a hell of a job in the tournament. Hell of a job. Congrats again on making it that far.
Now I've done it. Sorry, Jill. Wait. I'll go and get another rope.
Barry? Barry?
Alright. See if I can gauge the time difference here going down the ladder.
Yeah, Nevs. I mean, I'm sure Nevs would have made it to grand finals if he wouldn't have gotten a yawn bite, because
Yeah.
he's really good.
So there's 0.7 seconds apart. So which is making up some time here. Neither of them missing the zombie. Floor zombie here. That's good.
All right, give us a tanky. Steven wanted some tanky zombies, right? So
Oh
let's see if
god,
anyone
not
gets a
this
tank.
race. Oh, Witch getting a
Hoping
little
for a
hung
tank.
up on the zombie
Oh,
though. So it's gonna hurt her a little bit.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, good call, because definitely those are the little things that make the difference here.
Yeah. I mean, it's still not a full second, but it's closer to 0.9 now.
I mean, at the end of the run, it's gonna come down to like seconds and frames, basically.
Yeah. Oh, on Floor Zombie? Or on the guy after the elevator? Yeah. It is super close.
Yeah, definitely. Clix is a couple of seconds ahead now.
Actually, Witch has brought it back a little bit. It's back under 0.8 second difference. They're literally trading frames. Not even full seconds.
Oh wow.
This is really hard to
It's
keep
true.
track.
Yeah, this is actually, they really bridge the gap to each other.
Yeah.
Well, now actually the stream is synced up, so you could actually see it, see how matched up they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always nice when the two streams are like linked up like this. That way you could like compare them directly instead of like having like, you know, count the time at certain markers.
Yeah.
And you can actually see mistakes also happening.
Okay, both dogs.
Oh,
The dogs on
Hobo.
both sides are fucked off to the side, which is great.
Yeah, imagine if like one of these two have been like holding out on something and they just pull it out of nowhere. Man, people do that in fighting games all the time.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome when you see something like that.
Oh no, someone took a dog bite. I was looking at
Oh yeah,
chat.
Witch. Yeah,
Dang.
it's gonna hurt.
Yeah. Thankfully, dog bites are quicker than zombie bites. I mean, it still hurts, but
So I wonder when these two are gonna open up the Doom books, because that's another player preference thing, that even though there is like one fastest way or maybe two fastest ways, it's really hard to tell what's faster. So it's like whatever makes more sense to the player is the
yeah,
fastest way, basically.
I think as long as you're in a position that opens the menu back up for you, it's fine. But they are about 1.7 to 1.8 seconds apart now because of that dog bite. Yeah, 96.
Oh no, I'm alone. But why are you asking?
Yeah, HP is a little bit lower than RE2 and
100.
3.
Yeah, no, HP and RE1.
Yep, full
Yeah.
HP is 96 for Jill.
Well, I don't know what's the difference between American and Japanese, but you said it's 96 for Jill. Oh no, for Japanese.
Yeah, yeah. For
I
this
know there's a
version, it's
difference.
96 for Jill.
So the difference between Japanese and one of the differences between Japanese and American is that basically either you have lower HP or the zombies do more damage, and I want to say the zombies just do more damage.
It might be. I don't actually know the HP values for the American version, and I know Chris does have more than 96. I don't know the number though.
Yeah, I do know that RE1 does have like around 100, and relative to like RE2, RE2 has 200.
Yeah. Jill has 200 in RE3 as well, I think, right?
Okay. No, yeah, that makes sense. 96 is cholesterol. Yeah, man. That Chris is a beefcake, man. River Rod Derps called him that. It's pretty accurate.
Alright.
Yeah, they're still pretty even right now. Which is 2 seconds behind though, still. Alright, Clix gets a good black tiger. They both get a good black tiger.
Yep.
Alright, Clix a little bit slower on that crank trigger. Just, you know, barely. Obviously when I say this, it's like very like nitpicky.
Yeah.
he wasn't actually any slower. It was just, you know, it seemed like he hesitated just a few frames.
Yeah, and I mean, as we've seen here, that's literally what it comes down to. All right. Okay, so I think they're both going to open the Doom book in the crank room here.
Yeah, maybe.
I
I'm
know
not
this
sure.
is where Witch does it for sure. In fact, this is the last place you can really do it without using a slower strat.
Yeah. Yeah, they're both opening it up. 8. Yeah, which is definitely 2 seconds.
20.33.
But, you know, as we know,
Yep, about
right now
1.8 seconds still.
it still doesn't mean much because she could close the gap very easily. Like
Yeah.
basically like any slip ups or any hiccups by Clix, then which will catch up.
Yep. And I think Nevs is on the money here. This might be decided at PC, who has the cleanest inputs there. And in a race like this,
Yeah,
where
it's true.
your nerves are jittery, this is where the risk of mistyping comes in. So, but both of these guys are great runners. So, ooh, Clix gets the transition skip. Oh, they both do. Nice.
Nice. And I know that was very significant in like the console versions because in PC versions camera transitions don't lose any frames, but in
Yeah.
console versions like every transition slows you down. So the more camera transitions you could avoid on the PC versions, the faster your overall time will be.
Yeah.
In PC, that's not so significant because it's just kind of seamless through camera transitions.
Oh.
Oh, they both had a pretty fast John ate it.
Yep. Man. Oh no, Clix put MOLF.
Oh wow.
That.
Really?
Ooh,
Yeah, your
that
stream
could
is
have
messed right
switched
now.
it. Let's see. 20. Yep. Which is now a little over 2 seconds ahead, I think.
Yeah, Nev's called it.
Oof.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's crazy.
That, like I said,
Let me.
that's the
That
one.
was like, that was probably like the first mistake of the run for both players.
Yeah.
Because like I said, King Henry isn't really a mistake because that's like RNG dependent. But even though you still have to
Same
take
thing
the
with
optimal line,
dogs.
but this, yeah, same with dogs. Like there's not much you can do. I mean, you could obviously dodge him, but I mean, it's all luck. All right, let's see what happens here in Ron Jeremy's corner. Oh, early movement for Witch. Oh wow, Click still got through.
Yep.
Yeah, but
There's
like I
still
said,
about a 2 second gap.
so
Yeah.
as far as I could tell, I don't know if you've seen anything, but the first mistake of the whole run was Click's typing an F.
Yeah.
And that really says a lot because we're 30 minutes into the run, and that was the first mistake. So that's fucking crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Like, and again, as you were saying, the King Henry thing, the dog bite, that's RNG. That's not a mistake. That's bad luck.
Yeah.
This was the first real mistake, and at this point in the run, I don't know if there's going to be any more.
Yeah. Yeah. So they look dead even now because of the computer room.
Yep. So I mean, we'll see what happens at Tyrant. I imagine they're probably both going to go. Either they're both going to go for quick shots, or neither of them are.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
probably
see.
shouldn't, to be honest.
And that's the last thing I can see that can create a difference here. It's going to
I
be
mean,
one of.
either you play it safe and risk losing by not going for the quick shots, or you go for it all.
Yeah.
And it seems kind of silly because like saying that because like quick shots are literally only frames of like you're only saving frames. You're not saving like a full second or anything.
Yeah.
So like for the race to like go down to this to quick shots is ridiculous.
Yep. Definitely. And yeah, Nevs, you're exactly right. Like, the PC loves to gobble up inputs. Yep, it eats inputs. It you can get all jittery there, and because of eating inputs or just jittery hands, you can mistype something. It's so easy to do.
That's why having stars nosing about.
Like, it's almost like my hands are jittery just watching that.
Slave of Umbrella now, along with these virus monsters.
I think you misunderstand.
Yeah, I don't know if it eats less inputs on keyboard versus controller. I could see that being the case, but I'm not sure.
It could have something to do with the fact that every time you go. Wait, are you talking about the computer room?
Yeah,
The
computer.
menu? Oh, okay.
The
I'm
computer
not sure.
itself.
How come both
I haven't
So I
messed
know
around
that
with
thing loves to
computer
eat
and PC that
inputs.
much.
taking his family as hostages?
Umbrella?
Oh yeah, it definitely eats inputs on both. I don't know if the controller is, like, if it's more prone to do it with the controller.
Following orders from Umbrella.
So you're planning something else?
If you succeeded in developing the world's most powerful.
Or maybe it's just the difference of, like, you have fingers on 3 directions at a time on
Stop this now.
keyboard versus controller. You just have your thumb.
Give up such a big discovery. You guys are idiots.
Yeah,
Clix
this is
definitely
like
uses claw grip on controller. I'm not sure about Seth,
Steal all the
though he
this
could
is a
answer
really good
that.
race right here.
Yet. I'm going to
Yeah.
show you the tyrant.
Oh, I think they're less than a second apart.
Yeah, no, they're neck and neck right now. Like
Oh
that's
my
what I said.
God.
It's gonna be quick shots. That's gonna make it for them.
Yeah.
Whoever gets quick shots and if somebody gets quick shots and the other drops at least one shot, then that's
Yeah.
over for the person who dropped it.
Yep.
That's why it's so risky. If both of them go for quick shots, I don't know. I don't know who. You can't say like who it's gonna go to yet until it's over.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think we might need to watch, like, depending on what happens here, we're gonna have to watch the battery and the flare closely.
Yeah.
Which might get greedy on the battery, since this is a close race.
She has to. You have to get
Um,
as greedy as you can at this point.
uh,
Like it's. I mean, you're pretty much risking it all right now because if you there's
Yeah.
no glory in playing it safe because if the other person plays it safe, then you could lose.
mhm.
That's pretty much what it goes down to.
I'm so clenched I don't even have a crack anymore. It's just mono cheek down there.
She will go for the
Yeah,
chaos
that's what
key.
I'm thinking, Nevs. That's what I'm thinking.
And that could win her though. Okay, so let's watch these quick shots right here. Or lack of quick shots.
Oh, okay.
Aiming
Which
up.
does not go for the quick shots, but
Clix
Clix
got
did.
one, I think.
Yeah, he got one. Didn't drop any. That's the important thing.
Yeah,
So
he
that's
didn't
gonna.
drop, so that's crucial. Oh wait, did Witch make a mistake right now? Or
I don't think so. If
okay.
she did, I missed
I'm not
it.
sure. Yeah, I was looking at Clix and it looked like I don't know, it looked weird, but it was probably my mistake.
Yeah, she didn't
My
go for any
mistake.
quick shots though. So
It was my mistake, not Witch's mistake. She hasn't made any mistakes yet.
Yep. All right. So 2.73. Oh, Witch is 0.07 seconds ahead. Which is like
That is
literally.
crazy.
I think that's one frame, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's
Wow.
one frame.
What's 30 frames per second, right?
It's over.
And the menus are 60?
Yeah. Yes. So maybe it's a little more than one. Yeah, they were 17 frames apart, Soph and Chris. This might beat that.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
like I
going to
said,
come down
it
to
was
how
those
they
quick
do
shots. Clix was able to get one quick shot, and
Oh, 2 frames. Okay.
not Nevs. I'm sorry. Clix was able to get one quick shot. Had he gone both of them, that would have been really good for him.
Yeah. Oh, 0.03 apart now. Oh man. Yep, it's gonna come down to this battery.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a trigger. It's not like you could get bad RNG here. So it's crazy that this one last trigger is gonna decide. Oh, okay, Clix. It looked like he hesitated a little bit. Or maybe he didn't hesitate, but it looked like he didn't click it as fast as switch.
0.8. Yep, which is a little bit further, 0.27 seconds ahead now. And now we're just gonna have to wait until the timer ends.
Wow.
But yeah, this is gonna be their times.
I
Their
think
final times
which
are gonna be
one?
the same. I
It
think
looks
so.
like Witch got the flare off at 46, and Clix got the flare off at 47.
Oh man.
That's what it looked like to me. That's crazy.
I think they're gonna have the same
GG.
IGT here. Wow. Sorry if we didn't pay enough attention to chat, but we really had to analyze this one. 23.73. Wow. By half a second.
Whoa.
Half of a
Man,
second, which one?
that is crazy.
Wow. G fucking G, guys.
Man. And you know, what I was saying about the mistakes was exactly what I said in the beginning of this race, that it comes down to like any mistakes and just the RNG from like the dogs and King Henry basically.
Yeah.
And Clix. So what happened is like Clix made one error at the computer, and that pretty much sealed it for him. Even though he got the quick shot, if he would have gotten both quick shots, it would have been, I don't know, it would have been close, but damn, that would have been